Julie Ryan, noted psychic and medical intuitive, is ready to answer your personal questions, even those you never knew you could ask. For more than 20 years, as she's developed and refined her intuitive skills, Julie used her knowledge as a successful inventor and businesswoman to help others. Now, she wants to help you grow, heal, and get the answers you've been longing to hear. Do you have a question for someone who's transitioned? Do you have a medical issue? What about your pet's health or behavior? Perhaps you have a loved one who's close to death and you'd like to know what's happening. Are you on the path to fulfill your life's purpose? No matter where you are in the world, take a journey to the other side and ask Julie Ryan.
Hi, everybody. Welcome to the Ask Julie Ryan show. I'm Julie, your host, and I'm so delighted you could join us this evening. My intention in doing this show is to provide information, insight, and comfort to people all around the world by helping to answer life's unanswerable questions. And had a good week down here. Jonathan, my son, is still in town. His fiancée, Mallory's white coat ceremony is Saturday at Auburn, so next week I'll have a report on that. I've never been to one of those. She's in vet school there, and so I guess it's a big deal. I think they're going to have 700 or 800 people there, and I have no clue what to expect, but I'm told I'm supposed to bring a gift. So if any of you have an idea of what I need to take for a white coat ceremony gift, email me, julie@askjulieryan.com, but I'll come up with something. And my honey Tim just got home. He's been out of town for a week, so I got to hug him before we get this show started. And so I'm glad to see his cute face. And we got a bunch of callers on hold. So let's go ahead and get to the phones and see what kind of questions they have. And I believe our first caller is Patrice. Hi, Patrice.
Hi, Julie.
How are you, girl?
I'm doing great. Thanks for taking my question.
You bet. Please tell everybody where you're calling from.
I'm in Stuart, Florida.
Okay. What's going on down there?
It's getting a little windy and it's cloudy, but I love this time of the year. So my question, unfortunately, something sad happened. My dear aunt, who was like a second mother to me, passed away, and it would have been like time-wise, like on the East Coast, like early Monday morning. And yeah, and it's sad, because I knew that she was just getting old and she was getting like unresponsive to somewhat, just getting more quiet and sleeping more. But it just hit me hard because she's so much like my mother, and it's like the end of an era and whatnot. But if I look around my house, the one object that brings her to mind most to me, because some of the other things I have are in storage, is this ceramic Christmas tree. And it's one of those real pretty ones that are hand-painted, and you put the little bulbs in and you light it up.
Yeah, I had one of those. My Meemaw got me one. Mine was white. I got it in probably the early 80s.
Oh, wow. Well, this one is from probably like the early 70s. So,
oh, wow. Okay.
My aunt was someone who would always get me involved in ceramics, and she had a daughter close to my age, and we would all do ceramics. But whenever these ceramics, that I have from her, they just remind me of her and whatnot. But this one particular tree, I make sure that it gets lit every single day, every day of every year when I come home from work. And my dog even wants it lit, and she sleeps by it every day. So she and her daughter would make these trees. So, again, something really nostalgic, the one thing in my house that's reminiscent of her. I just came in from a long day at work about 20 minutes ago, and when I went to turn it on, it doesn't work.
Oh, okay.
So I was wondering if you could, maybe scan her or whatever you do and just let me know if there's, a sign. Is that, something to, a sign from her?
Okay. So you've turned it on every day for decades, it sounds like.
It's been turned on, it was really used as, just a Christmas decoration for many years. So reminiscent of my childhood, her daughter, and her.
Right.
And then about, maybe about 10 years ago, I put it in my house in Florida when I moved, and it's been used every day. It's even like a nightlight, but people say, why do you have this Christmas tree up? It's, July or whatnot. And it's like, oh, it just reminds me of a happy time of my childhood. It's just reminiscent. I just love it. And they all love it, too. So it's just something that was handcrafted by her daughter and whatnot. But, again, it just blew my mind today with the timing. It would have been really like the third day that she's gone.
Huh. Yeah, that is interesting.
Like on the third day, yeah.
What's your aunt's name?
Her name is Anne, A-N-N-E.
Okay. All right. What I'm going to do, Patrice, is I'm going to connect to you, and from you, I'm going to connect to Anne, and let's just talk to her and see if there's any kind of a correlation with your Christmas tree that isn't working. It may just be that it needs a little electrical work since it's so old and you've used it every day for 10 years.
And I tried it in other outlets after it went out, and it just won't work anywhere. It's not the outlet.
And you try, and I think it comes with a little light bulb inside, right, that then lights up all those little colored little things.
No, it's all, And
the light bulb works, and you tried a different light bulb.
I tried a different light bulb, yeah.
Okay. All right. Well, there's more to the story, so let's find out what she has to say. How fun. My condolences on her loss, but
thank you.
As you know, you've been listening to the show for a while. She's around you. She's around you way more now than she was when she was alive. So that's the nice thing for you to remember about this. So what I'm going to do, everybody, for those of you who are first-time listeners, I raise my vibrational level to the level of spirit, which means I'll vibrate very fast. When we are all spirits having a human experience in the human body or in a human body, and we vibrate more slowly when we're in a body just because the body has mass. So what I do is I raise my vibrational level. I learned how to do all this stuff. And then I'm going to connect to Patrice in Florida. My eyes are going to be closed, and it's going to be like I have a big screen TV in my head, and I'm going to watch a laser beam head south. I'm in Birmingham, Alabama, so it'll head south to you in Florida, Patrice. And then from you, I'm going to connect to Anne. And let's just see what she has to say. So here we go. Laser beam's heading to you. Got you. Okay, she's standing to your right. The Christmas tree, I said, what's up with the Christmas tree? And she said, you need to take it to an electrician because the wiring needs to be redone.
Okay.
Okay, and she said if you go to, she's telling me there's a little, like an independently owned old-fashioned hardware store downtown. Does that make sense? Is there one in downtown Stewart or in a downtown that's close to you? Where it's like
maybe,
a little,
I don't know. She wouldn't even know my area. She doesn't know anything about Florida where I am. But okay.
She does now. She does now, honey, in spirit form. She knows lots of stuff now. So she's saying take it to find a local hardware store, like, one of the old-fashioned kind, not Home Depot, but like a little mom-and-pop hardware store. And she said they'll know somebody who can fix it, and that you need the wiring redone in it.
Okay, so was it anything to do with her? Was she giving me a sign?
She's saying no. She's saying it's an electrical thing.
And how is she doing?
She's great. She loves that you love the tree. She loves that you have it on. And she said it's just not real safe right now, that you need to, there's maybe some of the wires if, when you find an old lamp in a antique store or something and you have to have it rewired, that's what's going on. That's what's happening. Okay. So questions for her real quickly while we've got her on the...
Is she with her husband?
Yes.
Or who's she with?
Is. She's with her husband. She's with her parents. Did she have a brother?
Yes.
Yeah, she's with her brother. And
Anyone
your mom
else?
is her sister?
Yes.
She's seen your mom. She's primarily with her parents and her brother right now. And she's seen your mom and she's seen her husband, but she's with your grandparents and her brother the most.
Okay, my mom is here, so does that mean she's...
Your mom is here, like she lives with you?
My mother's alive.
Yeah,
so
yeah. That would make sense.
No, I didn't know if you meant she saw my mother in heaven. Because all the other people you're saying are dead.
Yeah. No, that's what she said. I've seen her mother, and I didn't ask specifically, who are you hanging out with in heaven? I said, who are you with?
Oh.
And she said, my parents and my brother. Is her brother deceased?
Yes.
Okay, so that would make sense.
Oh, okay. I thought you meant she saw my mother in heaven. I'm like, what? Okay.
No. But I think you've probably heard me say before, spirits are crazy literal. We have to be super specific when we ask them questions. So, have you seen her? Has she seen your mom? Yeah, she's seen your mom. But she's hanging out with her deceased parents and her deceased brother. So,
awesome.
I hope that helps. Now, real quickly, you can ask her a question or talk to her in your head. Say something to her either out loud or in your head. First thing that pops in your head is going to be her answer. I mean, within a second, Patrice, if you think about it for more than a couple of seconds, that's going to be your brain answering you. Okay?
Okay.
So you can talk to her and teach your mom to do the same thing because that will comfort her, I'm sure.
Okay.
Okay.
Just tell her
and then
I love
also,
her. Yeah.
She knows. She's around you all the time. The other thing is, do you have my book, Angelic Attendance?
Yes.
Okay. Have your mom read it.
Okay.
Okay. Because I think it will give her a lot of information. It will also give her some comfort.
Okay.
During this time. Okay. So,
all right,
thanks
Julie.
so much for calling. Good luck with your Christmas tree.
Oh, and don't worry, I won't burn the house down.
Okay. All righty.
Have a good night. Thank you.
You too. Take care. Bye-bye.
You too. Bye-bye.
All righty. Our next caller is Beth. Hi, Beth.
Hi.
How are you, girl?
Good. How are you doing?
I'm well, thanks. Please tell everybody where you're calling from.
I'm calling from San Jose, California.
All righty. What's going on out there?
Well, we've had a little bit of rain yesterday and today, and so it's kind of really cool air, actually. But my question for you is, you had done a body scan on my mom last week.
Yeah.
She was in the 10th stage.
Right.
And I want to know if she has any messages for me.
Okay. So Beth called in last week. Her mom's dying. What she's talking about, the 10th phase, is the 12 phases of transition are what I see everybody go through when somebody's dying. And for those of you who haven't heard me talk about this or don't know what Beth and I are talking about, go to my website, AskJulieRyan.com, and click on the tab that says the 12 phases of transition, and you'll see graphics of how angels and deceased loved ones surround us and surround our loved ones as we're all dying. So Beth's mom, remind me of her name. Was it Ann?
Yes.
Yeah, that's what I was thinking. Okay. All right. That's interesting. 2 Anns in a row. How about that? Okay. So what I'm going to do is connect to you, Beth, like I just connected to Patrice. Okay. And then from you, I'm going to connect to your mom, Ann, and let's see where she is. And is she able to communicate with you guys verbally?
No.
Okay.
No.
All right. So what's happening with her while I'm connecting to you? Laser beams heading out to San Jose. Got you. Okay, got your mom. Yeah, she's in phase 11. So she's really close. Phase 11, everybody, looks like the spirit exits the body through the top of the head and hangs on to the top of the head. It's attached. It looks like a cartoon bubble where the words or a caption is in a cartoon. There's a very strong vortex, Beth, that has formed over her head. It's got an upward pull to it, and that will help her spirit separate from her body. And she has her parents' spirits are at her feet. She has a line of angels that go out either side from that. Your dad's spirit is there. Lots and lots of family and friends' spirits are there, and lots of pet spirits are there as well. So I call that the Welcome to Heaven Committee, and they're all there to welcome her to heaven. So questions for her?
No, oh, gosh. I mean, does she know that I'm here? I mean, I've been seeing her all the time. I don't even know what questions to ask.
Yeah. Okay. Let me ask
You
my
know?
normal 3 that I normally
Okay.
ask. And the first one
Uh-huh.
is, are you ready to go? She's telling me yes. Are you in pain? No. What do you need? My family. Okay. Is there any, do you want Beth with you when you go? She's saying yes. She'd like to have you there. And we decide when we go, how we go, where we go, and who's with us when we go. So she'll control that. And if for some reason you're not there when she goes, Beth, she's in control of all that. So right now she's telling me that that she wants to have you there. Now, do you have a sister? Do I remember that correctly?
Yeah, I have a sister, Nancy, in San Jose. Yeah. I
think she'd like both of you with her, if possible, when she goes. And,
Nancy is a really, they had a very strong relationship, like strong, I'm not saying that I was dirt, but, they were really close.
She's telling me that you're the sweet one. You've always been the sweet one, is what she said.
That's true.
I mean, just
That's true.
Okay. Modest, too, right? Okay.
Well, you got to pat on your back, rub your back on a once in a while, right?
Oh, funny. Well, let me know how I can help you as you go through this. But just know that, she's surrounded by angels and deceased loved ones. It doesn't get any better than that. And the angels will carry her to heaven when she goes.
She's been looking very peaceful lately, so that's why I'm asking. And I know it's like any moment, to be honest.
I think it is too. Yeah.
Okay. Well, I just wanted to call and say hi. Thank you.
All right. Thanks, Beth. Good luck. Bye-bye.
Thank you so much. Bye-bye.
Our next caller is Denise. Hi, Denise.
Hey, Julie. Good to hear your voice and good to be on your show.
Too. Thank you. Thanks for calling in. Please tell everybody where you're calling us from.
I'm calling from Danville, California.
Right. 2 California girls.
Yeah.
Right in a row. Well, good. Well, how may I help you?
Well, what I wanted to first of all say is for people who don't know, Julie and I met in the Riverside Hospital in Columbus, Ohio, and I'm in the book. What chapter is it, Julie? I forget exactly.
I don't have one handy.
Yeah, it's like she was in her phase 11, I believe, my mom, at the time when you read her.
She died like 20 minutes after you got everybody in their room.
That's right.
You'll read about this story in the book, but it was 3 a.m, and Denise's mom was on one side of the ICU floor, and my dad was dying, and he was on the other side of the ICU floor, and we were both at 3 a.m. out in this little waiting area, and we started talking, and it's really an amazing story, isn't it, Denise?
It is, and it's wonderful. It made the whole passing of my mother a joyous occasion. We were just sky high because we were all there. We could feel her lift away.
Well, and some people would call that serendipity or just a coincidence or, something like that.
Pretty miraculous.
It really was because I suggested Denise invited me into her mom's room and I scanned her mom and could communicate with her mom and we got her wishes conveyed to Denise and her family members and then I left and went back to my dad's room. They were bathing him was the reason I was out in that waiting room at 3 a.m. And so Denise, 45 minutes later, she's walking up and down the halls of the ICU looking for me.
Yeah, it was wonderful. Yeah, my whole family, the amazing thing was that, Julie, you told me, and I knew what a medical intuitive was, but my family didn't, and all my brothers and my nieces and nephews, when Julie told us what was going on, they all accepted it, and we all did what my mother wished. I mean, nobody even second-guessed it. It was just like the most beautiful moment to have everybody.
She was able to go. Yeah. She was waiting for them to do some stuff, and so we got that information conveyed. So anyway, how can I help you tonight?
Well, the last 2 mornings, this is really strange. I feel very well, very healthy and everything, but I woke up the last 2 mornings really dizzy. And once I got up for good, like at 6 in the morning, and got up out of bed and went into my into my chair to do my quiet time and everything, I was fine. But both times when I first woke up, I was completely dizzy. And I can tell even right now, it's like it's not 100%. I just wonder what's kind of going on.
Okay.
I mean, I don't feel sick, but I don't know.
Yeah.
I don't know if it's good energy or if it's just something I'm going through.
Good energy that's scrambling your brain, huh?
Yeah. Or trying to soar me up. I don't know.
Well, did you have rain like Beth was just talking about in San Jose? I know you're close to San Jose.
We've had rain.
Okay. All right. So it may just be a sinus thing, really.
Yeah.
But let me see. I'm going to connect to you. Here comes my laser beam to hook into you in Danville. Okay. Yeah. Your sinuses are full of stuff.
Okay.
So, and the barometric pressure, when it changes, Denise, a lot of times will bring extra pressure to the sinuses and the ears and stuff, and it messes us up and can cause dizziness. So what I'm going to do, you've got some inflammation in your forehead. I don't see it so much in your cheeks, but I can see your forehead. My guess is you've probably been either having sinus headaches or you're on the verge of them, just like you can feel there's extra pressure in your sinuses on your forehead. Does that make sense?
Usually I'll have a Sinutab or something in the morning, but because it felt dizzy, I didn't want to do that today. But it makes sense because I'm very affected by barometric pressure usually. I do get a really bad headache usually before the rain starts,
Right. Right.
So it's just a sinus thing. Okay.
It's sinus, but 2 suggestions. First one is, do you have a neti pot or a way to rinse out your sinuses?
Sure, I have one, yeah.
Okay. Do that.
Okay.
It's going to help keep it from getting infected. It's not infected at the moment, but I can see some inflammation, which means there's pressure there, which is what you're talking about with the headaches. The other thing is vitamin C and zinc. I am a broken record on this.
Okay.
Get the Ester C, Ester, like the woman's name without the H, Ester C, because it's buffered. So it's going to be easy on your stomach.
All right.
I want you to take 1,000 milligrams of Ester C and 50 milligrams of zinc 3 times a day till you feel better.
Okay.
Okay.
Sounds
so
great.
It's sinus pressure is what's causing that. It's I'm sure your ears probably feel like maybe not necessarily all the way clogged, but I can see that they're some clogged up. And when I was zapping on your sinuses, I was drilling a tunnel, basically kind of like a corkscrew, an auger through your eustachian tubes to get that pressure relieved a little bit. But that vitamin C and zinc is just a huge immune booster.
Oh, good. Yeah, because it's so weird. I've never had that where if I moved too quickly, everything would. I didn't want things to start spinning, so I laid very still. and so I was just hoping it wasn't anything like vertigo or anything like that. So.
I don't think it is. I think it's sinus related, and I think once the weather clears up, it's gonna go away.
Okay.
Yeah. I think so, too. So,
all righty.
So thank you for calling in.
Sure. I got lots of questions, so maybe I'll give you another call. So, all right, Julie. Take care.
Take care. Bye, Denise.
Bye-bye.
The remarkable thing about Denise is that we've stayed in touch for all these years since our parents passed. And it's been, 10 years. And chance meeting. And the thing that's really interesting about that is she's gorgeous. Denise is gorgeous. She's tall brunette, very striking woman. And earlier in the day, I saw her on that floor and in the waiting area, and I thought, oh wow, she's really an elegant woman. And then 3 a.m, we're both sitting in this waiting room, on the ICU floor, and we talk and all of it. And you'll really enjoy that chapter in the book when you get to it, because it's pretty amazing what transpired. I'm not going to ruin it for you, so I'll save it for you when you read it. We do the show every Thursday night, and it's at 8 Eastern, 7 Central, and 5 Pacific. The call-in number is 712-770-4164, so, and the access code is 533677#. Now, there are several places where you can find this information. One is on my website, AskJulieRyan.com. If you scroll down to the bottom of the homepage, you'll see where it's listed. The next place is wherever you download podcasts. It's in the show notes. And we're on, I think about 40 different distribution channels around the world. And we broadcast in, I think, last time I heard, it was about 130 countries around the world. So everybody has their favorite system that they use for podcasts, and it's in the show notes of all of those places. I usually release a blog. I try to. I think I've missed one time in the last couple of years on Thursday mornings. And in the body of the email, it says, here's the call-in number, here's the call-in code, and here are the times. The blog is a question that somebody has submitted online, and I answer it and then send it out. And it's a reminder for people to call in. And then social media. I'll always put something on the day of the show up on Instagram at Ask Julie Ryan and also on Facebook at Ask Julie Ryan. So follow me both places. If you send me a friend request for Facebook, then I will accept it and we'll be Facebook friends. And we can do that. And then I'm also on YouTube under Ask Julie Ryan. So all those places have these details about how to call in and join us, and it makes it really fun when you call and ask questions, and it makes it fun for our listeners too. Also, while you're on my site, sign up for a private consult, because then we'll have a whole hour to talk about whatever you want to talk about. I tell people I'm a businesswoman that does woo-woo, and I'm a buffet of psychicness. So we can talk about your health, your pet's behavior, your husband's behavior. No, just kidding. Anything like that. We can talk to the deceased. We can talk to your spirit guides. We can do past life stuff. It's just a lot of fun, and we can do all kinds of different things. Having said all of that, here's a question that was submitted online by Martin, and Martin lives in Crowborough, East Sussex, England. So Crowborough, I hope I'm pronouncing that right. And Martin asked, "Hi, Julie, can you please do a medical scan on me? I've been having some really bad trouble with my hands. Both are very cracked, sore, dry, swollen, and painful, and the right hand seems to be the worst. I've been to my general practitioner doctor and had some allergy testing done, but they just haven't a clue what's causing my symptoms or how to help me. Thanks." And here's my response. "Hi, Martin. Once I energetically connected to you and got you on my radar," and I put in parentheses, "in my mind's eye," that's what I was talking about with Patrice, our first caller, and Beth, and with Denise, is I close my eyes and it's like I got a screen in my head, a big screen TV in my head, and that's how I energetically see things in my mind's eye. I went on to say I could see, again in my mind's eye, what you described with regards to your hands. They do look so painful. In short order, I watched an energetic healing occur on both hands. Every time I scan somebody, I'll get a diagnosis in the form of I'll see an area that needs some attention, and then immediately, 100% of the time, there'll be some kind of energetic healing that will transpire. And I'm an inventor of surgical devices, so I've been in surgeries for most of my career developing products and also selling products, and I know enough to know what they're doing. So sometimes I'll see a surgical procedure, sometimes I'll see a wound get dressed, sometimes like with Denise, I'll watch snot get sucked out of somebody's sinuses, stuff like that. So it's all kinds of wild things I see, but it has an effect. So here's what the healing looked like. I saw a thick white cream applied, which helped lessen the inflammation, seal the cracks in your skin, and moisturize your dry skin. Then I watched both hands get wrapped in energetic gauze strips. You look like a burn victim. This healing will help facilitate your recovery. When you see burn victims who've burned their hands and their hands are all wrapped in gauze, that's what it looked like after this healing on him. And then I went on to say, now, here's what you can do while you sleep to help alleviate your symptoms. Number 1, put an antibiotic cream or ointment with analgesic pain relief, like Neosporin Plus, on the cracks in your hands. Let it seep into the separated tissue. 2, completely cover your hands with petroleum jelly. And I used Vaseline as an example. So, Martin, I want you to just slather it all over your hands, front, back, in between your fingers. I mean, all over your hands. And then you're going to probably want to do one hand at a time. Then put on cotton gloves. So I'm thinking garden gloves. You can get cotton garden gloves. At least here you can get them in the dollar store for $1. And you want to have all cotton gloves. And then I want you to wear them all night. So slather the Vaseline all over your hands. Put on a cotton glove on each hand. And then just wear them till the morning. So that's going to help that Vaseline heal your hands. In addition, avoid using hand sanitizers and soap with alcohol and detergents. Only use a mild natural soap, preferably with shea or coconut butter, to wash your hands. And lastly, increase your intake of omega-3. Some foods containing these essential fatty acids are wild-caught salmon, sardines, avocados, walnuts, and other nuts and seeds. You may also want to add a purified burpless fish oil to your diet. Hope your hands are feeling much better soon. So you may be wondering, okay, where's she coming up with this? Put Vaseline on his hands and wear cotton gloves all night. It's information that's given to me when I'm doing a healing on somebody. And sometimes it's just wild, and I'll think, what in the heck is that? Where's that coming from? And I'll Google it, and it'll be some kind of remedy that I haven't thought of. So all this information that I just gave to Martin about cotton gloves, Vaseline, eat omega-3, all that stuff is all divine guidance that I get on somebody's behalf when I'm scanning them. So, Martin, good luck with your hands. It sounds they looked really painful. Okay, let's see who's next. I believe it's Allie. Hi, Allie.
Hi.
How are ya?
I'm good. How are you?
Terrific. Please tell everybody where you're calling from.
I'm calling from Columbus, Ohio.
Columbus. So you know where Riverside Hospital is.
I was about to say, I'm like 9 minutes from there.
Oh, there you go. Yeah.
I know. Small world.
Oh, yeah. Well, gosh, my grandmother died there, my dad died there, my sister died there, and my mom died in the Kobacker house, which is right next to Riverside.
Where my dad died.
Yeah.
Yep.
So were you born in Riverside?
No, I was born at Grant.
Oh, downtown. I worked at Grant Hospital when I was in college in the public relations department. Yeah.
Oh, well, we were East Siders, so, that's where.
Yeah. Yeah. I used to, that's a big downtown trauma center, everybody, in Columbus.
Yep.
And I worked there between my sophomore and junior year in college and my junior and senior year in the summer. And I was giving press conferences because that's where all the gunshot victims
that's where
come.
All the scary,
really
you don't want to go to that hospital.
Trauma stuff comes. No, you do if you're in trouble because
if
they
you're
can.
In trauma, yes, you have a serious
trauma. Yes. But I was giving all these press conferences, and these people had no clue I was 20 years old or 21 years old. They would have been mortified if they knew that, but I fooled them all. So anyway, well, do you have a question for me?
I do. There are two quick ones, but the first one was my mom lost the necklace we got her. Had my dad's thumbprint on it, and my dad passed away, a year ago, and she is devastated. And I kept telling her we can get her a new one, but I said I would call into you and see if maybe my dad could tell her where it was.
Okay, all right, we can do that. Tell everybody what your dad's name is.
Martin. It seems to be a cheaper for everything. Martin.
That's right. Oh my gosh, you're right. But he went by Marty, right?
He went by Marty, yeah.
He went by Marty. Okay, I'm going to connect to you, and then got you. All right, yeah, he's standing right next to you. Marty, do you know where Allie's mom's necklace is? In her drawer. Which drawer? Her jewelry. Does she have a jewelry drawer?
She
have a drawer where she keeps her jewelry?
Maybe. She's moving, so she was moving and didn't realize that it was not on her.
Yeah.
And she panicked. And she can't find it anywhere. So I just
Okay.
don't know.
He's saying for her to look in her jewelry drawer.
Okay. Maybe she just didn't put it on.
Let me see if I can. Well, you know how distracting that is when you're moving. You got 50 million things on your brain, and you're thinking you took it off or put it on or whatever.
And she always wears it, so maybe she thought it fell off and she didn't put it on.
I couldn't find my cell phone a couple days ago. I went inside and I called from the landline, called my phone, trying to find it. I was home alone. I was like, where the heck is my cell phone? And I was going to go run an errand, and it was in a pocket in the front of my purse where I had put it, but I forgot. I had put it there maybe 10 minutes before I was leaving. For the life of me, Allie, it took me 15 minutes to figure out where that cell phone was.
Oh, I've done that. Yeah.
I'm just talking. I'm just saying.
Okay. You know, well, that makes me feel better.
You do a whole bunch of different things, and it's just not, if you're not focused on it, sometimes you just don't remember it. So I'm getting it's in her jewelry drawer. Have her look through the boxes. Okay.
I can do that.
All right.
And then,
what's your second question?
And then just the next one real quick was my fiance recently lost a job. Bad New Year, I'm telling you. I know. It's a rough start to the New Year. But I didn't know if you saw him in the near future finding something. That's all. Just use my mind a little bit.
Sure. What does he do, Allie?
He's an independent contractor, so his business partner and him there was some issues there, so they just went their separate ways. So
independent contractor meaning what?
He's a build custom cabinetry.
Builder.
No, like a carpenter.
Okay. The first thing that came in my mind was Home Depot. And so let's see what it is about Home Depot. Talk to them because they refer jobs out all the time, and people buy their cabinets there, and they need somebody that knows what they're doing to put them in. That can help in the short run. They have insurance that's really good. I know that.
Okay.
I'm getting Home Depot, so that would make sense. Lowe's and some of those other places in town. He just needs to market himself to the builders in town. I know, having been from there are a bunch of builders with names that end in vowels. There's a big Italian, Rosselli, Razzuti, there's like lots of Italian builders, and their homes are gorgeous, and they're known for their cabinet work and their trim work.
Okay.
So I'm getting for him to market himself to them, to just start setting up times to go meet with them, even if he has to go to their job sites, so he can work with them.
Got it.
Let me see what else. I'm getting it's going to be, this is happening in his best interest. This is a good thing.
Okay, that's what I kept telling myself. I've been taking your advice and reading all the things I want. So.
No, this is good. The other thing I'm getting is he may want to continue to work for Home Depot and do this other stuff as well, because Home Depot can give him insurance. Did he have insurance before?
We have. Like, I got it for him. Yeah, through me.
So you have private insurance.
Yeah, but not. Yeah, I'd rather have it through like a big, because we're both self-employed.
Right. So I'm getting. Well, yeah, I've been self-employed since I was 25. I think it's a good thing if you can do
Stressful.
it. But it's no, I think this is all a really good thing, because he can really market himself, and I'm getting he's going to make way more money doing this way than he ever did before.
Okay.
So I think it's a good thing.
News.
Yeah.
Yeah. Got a wedding to pay for.
Oh, I bet. Okay. Well, good luck with that.
Oh,
you bet. Good luck to your mom.
Okay. Thanks. Bye.
Bye, Allie. Okay. Let's see who we have next. I have Vivian. Hi, Vivian. Are you there? Vivian?
Hello?
Hello? Hi.
I don't think I'm Vivian. I'm sorry.
Okay, I have Vivian Crawford on it's a 619 area code.
Yeah, that's interesting. That was my grandma's name.
Well, that's how it's showing up on my dashboard. So,
okay.
Is she deceased?
Oh, no, she's alive.
Oh, okay. All right. Well, maybe was the phone in her name at one point, maybe? I don't know.
I am under her service, so that could be it.
That's probably it. What's your name?
Denisha?
Oh, hi, Denisha. You sent me a question today, didn't you?
Yes, I did.
Oh, terrific. Please tell everybody where you're calling from.
San Diego, California.
All right. Well, good. Well, please tell everybody what your question was, unless you have a different one you want to talk about tonight.
Just for this one, I was just wondering if you could figure out what's going on with my heart. It kind of started off with pericarditis, and then I ended up with high blood pressure. Everything seems to be controlled now, and the pericarditis is pretty much gone, but I'm still getting, like, heart attack symptoms. And I've been to the emergency room so many times, and none of the doctors, including my cardiologist, can figure out what's going on.
Okay. How old are you?
21.
Okay. Yeah, you sound young. Okay. So do they have you on blood pressure medicine now, or what?
Yes.
Okay. That's not fun either, especially at 21, for heaven's sakes. Have you had any trouble with your heart before?
I've had several instances of chest pain, but it just kind of came down to stress.
Okay. And that's what they told you, it was stress?
Yeah.
Yeah. A lot of times, that's the diagnosis that you get when they don't know what it is.
Yeah.
It's just kind of it must be stress because we can't figure out what's going on. Okay. So here comes my laser beam heading out to you in San Diego and got you on my screen. Okay. Well, first of all, you look exhausted, girl. You look like you are just exhausted.
Yeah.
Like so exhausted, it's hard. You probably feel at times that it's hard to put one foot in front of the other. Just instead of running on a 200-watt light bulb, you look like about a 4-watt light bulb, 4 or 5-watt light bulb. So,
yeah.
Okay. Did you feel like that before you went on the blood pressure meds?
I'm sorry, can you ask that again?
Yeah, did you feel like that before you went on the blood pressure meds?
Yeah, I was just very tired and kind of stressed out and just exhausted,
Okay.
yeah.
Yeah. All right. So what I'm doing is I'm shooting energy from your feet up through the top of your head to see if I can get you to light up so I can see what's going on. Because right now, it's almost as if I'm looking at an X-ray that doesn't have a light source behind it. So it's just really dark. Your spirit's in your body. You're not dying at the moment. So I want to make that really clear. But let me see if I can get you to take a charge so I can get you to light up and see what's going on here. Okay, so I got if I'm looking at a hologram of you, Denisha, I got you to there's a beam of light that went right up through the center of you, and it's like this very thin column of light. The rest of you is pretty dim. So you have a very large tear in your energy field membrane. And we are spirits in a body having a human experience, as I mentioned before, and our spirit is our energy field. So one and the same, and we need something to contain our energy. And so I see it as this membrane that goes all the way around our spirit. And the best analogy I can use to give you a visual on this is imagine going to the pet store and buying a goldfish, and you want to take it home. They're going to give you the goldfish in a bag of water, right? So the goldfish is our body, the water is our spirit, and the plastic bag is our energy field membrane. Now, when I see tears and holes in the energy field membrane, that means there's an energy leak. You have a huge one, which is why you're so exhausted. And it's caused by some kind of emotional trauma, either in this lifetime or a past lifetime. And so what I normally do is I dive into that in my mind's eye. I see myself going into that tear or that hole, and I'm shown some kind of a scene. I'm given what age you were, a little bit about what happened, and then that will repair. So what I'd like to do is do that with you right now, or if you want, we can do a private session. You can schedule a private session, and we'll have a lot of time to work on that. So you tell me what you want to do, but I think we need to get that healed first so that we can get enough energy through you so we can see what's going on with your heart.
Well, then, we can do that now. It's fine.
You want to do it now? Okay.
Sure.
So what I'm doing, so the emotional trauma, Denisha, can be something as simple as somebody called you a bad name when you were 3 and it hurt your feelings, to something really traumatic. So what I'm doing is this goes from your throat to your groin in the front. It's a massive tear in your energy field membrane, which is an explanation as to why you're so exhausted and why you're having some symptoms, because it's caused by an energy block, and over time it builds, and then causes a blowout in this membrane. And it always precedes any kind of disease or illness, always, 100% of the time. So, all right, I'm in there. Okay, this lifetime you were 7 years old when this happened. Let me get okay, so I'm on it because that tear is starting to get stitched with sutures. So let me see if I can get you some more information okay, so did you have a grandmother that lived close by or maybe would visit you when you were little?
The only person I could remember other than my grandma now is my great-grandma.
Okay, on the maternal side? On your mom's side?
My dad's side.
Okay. So this is a woman that looks like an elderly woman when you're 7. And she's trying to comfort you. You're just boo-hooing big time. I mean, you know how little kids, when they get so upset and they can't talk and they're going, kind of a thing. You're doing that.
Yeah.
And she's just sweet as sugar, and she's just hugging you and rubbing your hair and rubbing your head and trying to comfort you. Okay, let me see if I can get a little more information. Sometimes people remember stuff, sometimes they don't. It doesn't really matter. What matters is that we get this membrane stitched. And the stuff that comes up when I do this with people sometimes is just wild. I had a client one time who lives in the UK. I saw an explosion, and when she looked like she was in 7th or 8th grade, and I said, maybe even 9th grade, and I said, does that make any sense? And she said, yeah, I was a victim of a IRA bombing in the UK when I was 12. I'm thinking, oh, for goodness sakes. So, it's usually something that, like I said, the littler you are, usually it's something that somebody has said that's hurt your feelings. This has to do with a dog. What happened with the dog when you were 7? Do you have any memory with that?
That was probably when I had my dog Diamond, but she's dead now.
Okay. All right. Something happened with your dog or with a dog. You're very upset and your grandmother's comforting you. Doesn't really matter what it is. What matters is that we illuminate it, and then that membrane heals, so it allows your body to work on full power. So can you call in again and let me do another scan? I've got a couple other callers I'm going to try and get on, but call in again now that we've got this healed, this membrane healed, and then let me scan you again, and let's see what's going on medically. And in the meantime, I want you to research something. Okay. I want you to go to Zona, Z as in zebra, O, N as in Nancy, Zona Plus. Let me mute this person who just called for the background noise. So Zona, Z-O-N-A, plus, Zona, ZONA.com. And you want to look up the Zona Plus. And it's a device that you can use, and you squeeze it for a few minutes a day, and it helps reduce blood pressure. And it was developed by the Russians for their cosmonauts, which are like our astronauts, because when somebody goes into outer space, it messes up the gravity lack of gravity messes up their blood pressure apparently, and also for fighter pilots. And so you'll be able to read some research on Zona.com, and what they find is that by doing this exercise once a day or twice a day or whatever, they can usually get people off medication, and they have better outcomes without the medication, and you don't have side effects. So Zona.com. Check that out. And then can you call back next week?
Yes, I can call back next week.
Okay, terrific. Thanks, Denisha. I hope you feel better.
Thank you.
Okay, take care. Bye-bye. Okay, let's see who we have next. We've got Jim next. Hi, Jim.
Hey, how you doing?
I'm well. How are you, sir?
Oh, pretty good.
Terrific. Please tell everybody where you're calling from.
St. George, Utah.
St. George. Got a question for me? We're getting short on time, so we'll see if we can do this quickly and see if I can get another person on too. So, got a quick question for me?
Yeah, I do. Had a really strange thing happen last night.
Okay.
I wake up quite frequently because of my back and my legs and everything that you're familiar with. But my left hand started hurting. It wasn't enough to wake me up fully, but I noticed it 2 or 3 of the times that I woke up, and it turned from a sharp pain to a dull, achy pain, and then my hand started getting really stiff, and it was even bothering me in the morning. And then when I finally got to my desk and got my glasses on, I noticed I have a little cut on my hand that I'm pretty sure was not there when I went to bed.
Wow.
So, yeah, kind of weird. What's up with that?
Yeah, I don't know. Yeah. Okay. Let's see. Maybe you're doing woodworking in a trance or something while you're asleep. You're sleepwalking and doing something with a knife or a cut. All right. Laser beam hooking into you in Utah. Okay, got you. Is it your right hand, Jim?
Left.
Okay, the energy went to your right hand for some reason. Well, let me see what's up with that. Okay. So, right hand needs an adjustment from a chiropractor because it's out of whack.
Okay.
So, think about that.
There.
Consider that. Yeah, little surprise there. Or no surprise. Is that what you said? No surprise there. Yeah, it's just the little bones and stuff, skeletal. You need to get it adjusted. So that's more of an issue than your left hand. Let me see. The first thing I think of is left hand hurting or numbness. They say to pay attention to heart attack symptoms. But you were not having a heart attack, I'm getting.
No, it felt like a joint just in my hand got really stiff.
Right.
I don't know. It was weird. I never had anything like that before.
What I got was that it was a type of a spasm that was happening while you were asleep, and that was the pain you were feeling. And do you take magnesium?
I'm out. I used to.
Go get some. I think you're low in magnesium because that's normally when you get a Charlie horse. Usually it's a magnesium thing and or a dehydration thing. I'm getting you're low in magnesium. So give that a try and see what happens. The cut, I don't know what the cut is.
Could be unrelated. Okay.
Yeah, I don't think it's related. I think you're low in magnesium. I think let a chiropractor adjust both hands and go get some of that mineral. Okay?
Will do.
All righty. Thank you, sir. Thanks for calling in.
Oh, thank you.
Okay, take care. Bye-bye.
Bye-bye.
Our next caller is Musa. Hi, Musa.
Hi, Julie.
Hi, Musa. How are you?
Fine, thank you.
How are you?
Terrific. I'm great. We got about 4 minutes left. So you got a quick question for me?
Absolutely. Today I called for my daughter. She had some teeth problem, and I wanted you to scan her and give us some feedback on it.
Okay. Tell me her name.
Her name is Mati. And by the way, we call him from Connecticut.
Okay, terrific. All right. You've done this a time or two, so you're so well trained, Musa. Okay, here we go. Connecting to you. Connecting to Mati. Am I pronouncing it right? Mati?
Yeah, Mati.
Mati. Okay, Mati.
Yep.
Yeah, she's got like some decay stuff. She's got some of her little teeth are looking kind of rotteny. What's the dentist telling you?
Well, the dentist saying that we may need to put a protection around some of the teeth, and in others there's cavity just about everywhere else.
Yeah, that's what I'm seeing. This happened to one of my grandsons, Musa, and we thought, how can this child have so many cavities? He was little, and his baby teeth fell out, and his big teeth are coming in because he's 11 now, and it's just not an issue at all. So that's the first thing is, that her permanent teeth look okay. She's just got, I can see decay in a lot of her little baby teeth. Okay, I just asked what's causing it, and I got lack of vitamins and minerals.
That's right. You are. That's correct. Yep.
Yeah. So, again, vitamin C and zinc, they make it in a chewable form for children. I would get her on one of those a day, and then get her on a good multivitamin.
Multivitamin.
Multivitamin. But it's a lack of vitamins and minerals is what's causing it. But her permanent teeth look just fine to me, Musa.
Okay.
So
would you recommend continuing doing all the cavity work the doctor is suggesting?
Yes, because they worry about it going into the permanent teeth, but don't let anybody put anything metallic in her mouth. None of the mercury amalgam fillings. None. They'll call them the silver fillings.
Yeah.
Only the porcelain ones. Don't let anybody put anything metal in her mouth. Okay. All right. I'm going to need to let you go because I'm out of time.
Thank you very much.
Thanks for calling in. You bet. Take care. Good luck with her.
Thank you.
Okay. Bye-bye. Well, to the callers who I didn't get to tonight, please call in next week, and I'll take you first. And to everybody else who's listening, thanks so much for joining us. And please call us next week with your question or submit it online at AskJulieRyan.com. And friend me on Facebook, Ask Julie Ryan. Friend me on Instagram, Ask Julie Ryan. Schedule your private consults, and have a terrific week, everybody. And until next time, I'll see you next week. Take care. Bye, everybody.
Thanks for joining us. Be sure to follow Julie on Twitter at Ask Julie Ryan and like her on Facebook at Ask Julie Ryan. For information on how you can ask Julie your question, please visit AskJulieRyan.com.